Hi there. Hello. Whoa. Welcome once again to This Week on Dead by Daylight. Hi, as usual, I'm your friendly game director, and with me...
Yeah, Queen.
Okay.
Hi, community manager. What's up?
Yeah. Hi, Bjorn, helping us today again. And we have a ton of mods, probably.
We have Clyde, Murph, Peanuts, Sassy, Suggestive, and Faded.
Cool. And
Thank you
Bucket
for being
is here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucket. Sorry, girl.
Thank you, everyone, for helping us. Let's hope we make this one a good one. All right. The idea today is we want to take a little extra special time to talk about consoles, to talk to our console players, and to address some of the issues that are there and give a little more information.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's get started. First of all, I think you put on the plan, you wanted me to talk a little bit about the certification process.
Yes, please. So you can explain a little bit what we have to go through for console patches. Why are the odd fixes kind of slower, and even not possible when we are already.
Well, you're doing it.
Oh no,
so
you go. You're doing it. You're doing it. Go.
Well, essentially, to compare it to Steam, on Steam, we can very easily push a new build. We don't have permissions to ask. We just have the full control. We can just put stuff up. Even if we break everything, it's part of the process. It's part of how Steam works. On console, we have to send a new build through the system, actually through the publisher, so we have to go through Starbreeze to send that over to either Sony and Microsoft. They need to be very specific, they need to have a very specific format, and then it goes through a certification process from both of these separately, so it's very difficult to time things on both sides at the same time. And then we have no control over how long it's going to take for them to approve the build. And it's not even a matter of whether it's good or bad. It's a matter of if they, they're busy, or if it happens or not. So there's always going to be delays for that. And if they find anything that they do not like or they do not approve of, or that doesn't meet their requirements, they will send it back. We need to fix things and then send another build. So it is a very, very long process, and it's a lot of the steps in that process are outside of our own control. So it's very, very difficult for us to promise specific dates unless they are far in the future, so that everything is done and prepared and done in advance, so that everything is ready a month before, so we can flip the switch at the right time.
Yes, and while we are in that certification process, there is no way for us to try to do odd fixes.
Yeah.
So while we are waiting for these, there is not a possibility to say, hey, we have another fix that we want to push, because they can't be looking at two builds at the same time. In between, though, as we did since we launched console, we did about weekly patches for little updates. That's possible when it's in between certification process for big updates. So
when the big update comes out, we will be able to patch it and do a few hotfixes before the next one. But in between, when we're waiting for approval on a big patch, we can't really do anything.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's the certification process in a very short.
No, I did not get a tattoo on my hand. I don't know where you're seeing this, but no, I do not have a tattoo on my hand.
And are you secretly Dwight?
Nope, not secretly.
All right, so can we have the updated roadmap for console, please? I think I named them.
That's the one? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Seems close enough.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so here is the information we can actually give you on that. PS4, we have the dates.
It's PS4 North America?
Did
you get an update that I didn't get? Okay,
yes.
Cool.
So PS4, those are the dates for the two next updates. After that, we are trying to catch up to the PC build. I don't have an answer if the Huntress fixes, the Bloodpoint Cap Shrine, and the Doctor update are going to come separately or all together. but that is the plan now on the roadmap for console.
What does QOL mean?
Quality of life.
Thank
and I don't
you.
know why the resolution's so weird. I don't know. Anyways.
What did you do, Bjorn?
No, because normally it's clean.
It's fine.
No, it's probably me.
Okay.
Anyways, and Xbox, we have no answer.
Yeah, we're still waiting
We're
on
waiting.
Microsoft.
So that's all we can say on Xbox for now. When we have dates, we're gonna be giving it to you, but
Yep,
now we
that's it.
don't. So that's the console roadmap. PC patch equivalents. Maybe we can go and it's basically the same. It's the green one. It's basically the same as what I just said, except we can see that Xbox right now it's not approved yet on Tris and Michael Myers chapter. Don't.
Yeah.
So this is basically how we want to go in the and where we are for PS and Xbox. Why is it so bad, the resolution though?
I don't know.
This is probably my fault. Bjorn is checking if it's his fault. So that is what we have right now. About save game errors on console. We said we say we have a fix. We do, but it's a manual fix right now.
Yeah.
So customer supports needs to go into each case and each save games separately,
which takes forever.
It's a long process. This is why actually we have people working on a permanent fix. I don't have a date, but they're trying to test it for the update after the 1.6.
Yeah.
But right now, that's why it's been really long for you guys. It's because it's a few people able to actually fix the problem individually, one after the other. So that's why.
The good news is
long.
that some people are getting a resolution, but it's not going as fast as we need it to.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what you had here. Support is overwhelmed.
Support is overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of cases, so they're going through it. They're gonna get to you. We just don't know when. We can't promise any timeline on that. So
Yeah.
if we can have the issues,
Top bugs and issues.
top issues actually. No? Okay, something broke.
Did you try to jiggle the thingy?
Okay, hi. We have something
No.
behind.
It's
no.
not. No. All right.
Okay, well
Technical issues.
we're gonna go and because I can read them from here.
Yeah, we can do that.
So the first issue on console, and this is something that is very important to me right now, is communication. So we are working on getting a better communication.
We're gonna add some Steam forums.
It's done already.
Okay,
so we
cool.
have 2 Steam sub forums, one for console bugs. So if you guys wanna, so that's in the meantime of getting the actual Microsoft and Sony forums, which we are waiting on right now. So in the meantime, you guys can go on Steam and give the information there, or on Reddit, and please tell us in the title like PS4 issue
Yeah.
or Xbox issue, so we actually know what's up.
Where to get news?
Where to get news? Okay, so I'm starting this week to make sure that every news on console and PC gets to the website and on the forums. That's
Yeah.
all I can do for now. So patch notes, announcements, summaries from the stream, stuff like that are gonna get there. We're gonna make sure that we are doing this. So this is the first issue. Second, we have, of course, so those are issues that are both PC and console. Okay.
Did you have the thing? Okay.
So,
Give us the
I
issues.
have a list of issues and I have a list of bugs on console, which is completely different from our point of view. So if we can start with issues, you had it. It's a very long one. There we go. Okay. So, communication. So the little red dot right there is that someone is specifically dedicated to that
Doing something
to that
for that.
issue. So this is because we are working specifically on this. Of course, communication is going to be me and the marketing team.
We
So-
need to have good ways to communicate with our players.
Yes, exactly. So we have multiple problems that are both PC and console. So loss of progress, of course, we all know that that's the problem. We're actually having a small breakthrough, and on that matter. So stay tuned on this. Matchmaking is always something. It's something that you're probably not gonna see. If we're changing the algorithm and everything that is done on our back end. FPS is a constant problem, or not problem, or maybe a concern from the team. So optimization is always on
sure.
top.
Yeah.
So it's always ongoing for us. No connection to server errors. We have that on PC, but it's specifically critical on console. Save game error, same thing.
Yeah.
Then I added something here that is an issue for mainly Xbox players. So you can see the chat going crazy. So reputation system on Xbox specifically. So I have a couple of players that have been having trouble with bad reports, and their reputations just going down.
Yeah.
So basically the salt is not consumed anywhere else than in the reports, which means you're paying for someone else's salt.
Yeah.
Of course, this is very bad for us. So right now we have someone that is already in contact with Microsoft and see what we can do about it. So that's what it is. Then we have bugs on console, and I specifically said that we have issues for both, or for PS4 specifically. So the main issue that I see all over the place is the on-hook lag on PS4 since the last patch. So this is for us being investigated by QA right now. We have also freezes on specific maps, so that's for both consoles. We have a lot of friend invite issues. So for example, you invite your friend and your friend gets a loading screen and it's just never getting to the lobby. We have the FPS, but specifically more with Doctor.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, it's very heavy on
Screen effects and all these overlays and things like that. So it takes a toll.
And then we have another issue, which is control setting reset. So every time you want to play, your settings your control setting reset. That is on PS4. They're already aware of this issue. The good thing is that they catched it on Xbox before we sent the patch, so it shouldn't be an issue on Xbox.
Yeah. Someone was asking about the pop-up on the news that said that the Huntress is available, but it wasn't. Do you want to say a few words on that? Well, I mean, essentially, we got the 1.6 update patched, and the news pop-up was part of that update.
Yes.
So it popped up before the DLC was available.
Well, yeah. So on console, it's a bit different how the new content is gonna get out. So they get out at specific dates, but that doesn't mean that the patch is not always written. So it was basically the patch notes that we had on PC.
Yeah.
And it was bad communication on our part.
Yeah.
And it's on us.
But
Sorry about that.
But you have the dates up there, so you know exactly when it's coming, which is actually on Monday.
For PS4.
Yes, well, the patch only happened on PS4.
Yes, just want to specify. So just a quick reminder though to where to report bugs and issues. So Reddit clearly stated Xbox or PS4, or Steam forums for now until we have access to Microsoft and Sony's forum. Then we're gonna transfer all the information on there, and we're gonna actually don't need to go on Steam forums anymore.
There we go.
So that's the plan.
Okay, so the roadmap for PC. We showed that. top bugs and issues? You want to talk about that?
We didn't show the roadmap for PC because it's different from PC and console. No problem.
There we go.
So yeah, roadmap for PC. Next on the list is softbands. Woo! So next week, and this is my softband kind of point. I'm gonna talk about it in a sec because it's gonna be just after. The ping indicator is coming after the softbands, and
it's
then
part of a content update.
Yes, and then we have the badge update, which is basically a redo of how the points are.
So it's the victory cube that came out changed the way the killers are rated on their performance. This is the other side, which is it's going to involve mostly how the survivors are judged at the end of a match, but also it's going to change a little bit how the killers are judged. So the whole system is going to fit nicely together, and it's going to be much clearer how you can actually win at a game, if you will, and how you're going to be judged for it. We will not be at PAX.
Which
questions?
PAX?
Well,
PAX.
none of the upcoming ones, as far as we can tell.
I think it's at the same time as TwitchCon.
Yeah, there's the Australian one also. We're not going there.
Yes. So that's it on PC roadmap. We have tug bugs and issues.
Yes, please.
They're basically the same as last week.
Is there a separate team working on console, or does the stuff hold back PC progress? So there are a few programmers that are specifically working on console issues. They've got enough work to keep them busy. But some of the things, like for instance, matchmaking or issues of saved games, are handled by people who actually work on both platforms, because we're trying to keep both versions as close together as possible.
So
yes,
we fixed the Asylum exploit.
Yeah.
There's the other part of the Asylum where there's a door that is smaller, and sometimes the killer go through, sometimes they don't. So that's it, of course on it. We're of course on it.
Yeah, I saw a weird one also today in Mother's Dwelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we're fixing that.
Point on exploit is that we're gonna ban for it.
There you go.
So, don't.
Yeah, that's it.
Survivor Fun Host gets disconnected. Actually, we had an investigation on that this week, and it's still a high priority. Nurse to blink in the basement, very frustrating. There's a lot of other things, guys, but it's like down there. We fixed the stun while the inability of using any action from the survivor when he wiggled out or got saved from the killer grasp. That one was fixed at the same time as the Asylum.
Someone's asking, will MLGA be illegal to use once the ping indicator comes out? No, it doesn't become, and it's never illegal. It's just, we looked at it and we said it's not dangerous the way it's working, so we're not going to ban for it. If the ping indicator comes out and you still feel the need to use MLGA, I mean, if it doesn't change the way it's working right now, it should be okay. We'll keep reevaluating it, but using external programs should also always be considered a risky behavior. Let's be risk aware, let's say.
There we go. So that was the top bugs. We had the issues, and the issues, as we say earlier, mostly save games, loss of progress, disconnects, and matchmaking are issues we have people completely dedicated to.
Yeah.
So they are both working. Console and PC at the same time.
Some of these are the same issues.
Yes, they are the same issues, and they have the same fixes. And then I am putting a point there, map exploits fix, because we found another one, and we're fixing it, and we're not gonna leave it nicely.
No.
This one either. Sorry about that. Normally I turn off the song, but apparently I forgot this time.
Yes, finger wagging. All right, I have a question here. Someone's asking about the products from the store, the merch store. So right now, I believe the Bloodletting T-shirt promotion is over, but they will be
at Gamescom, and if you go to Gamescom and buy stuff there,
You're
they
gonna
will
have
get
the
those
in-game
codes.
shirt.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they will have codes with. Actually, our store provider is going to be at Gamescom.
That's it.
We are not. So just
No, that's
just
it. We're
gonna
not going to be at
answer the
Gamescom.
question that's been popping over and over again.
We have a few specific events that we are going to organize in the next few months, and as soon as we actually have concrete information,
We're
we
gonna
will let
tell
you
you
know so you
guys,
can
yes.
prepare and come see us.
Another thing, I got a lot of questions about cosmetics DLC on console. Obviously, our priority is to catch up with the PC build, and the cosmetics are not priority right now.
I mean, obviously, we want to make
we're
them
going-
available when we can, but right now, nobody's going to spend a minute doing that if they can help make the game more stable.
Yes,
That's
that
it.
is a decision, and this is. It sucks that you won't have the Nia, the blue hair Nia, but
Yeah. At least you're going to be able to play. So, that's better.
people disconnect and we lose rank. Did you guys address this? Yes, we did earlier. It's included in loss of progress.
Before we get to the next thing, I have a slide with some stats. People ask some stats.
Sure.
There was a question last week about it,
Yes,
so I'd like to go through a
absolutely.
few of them. That's the little the last one on your list. Yes, that's exactly it. So some people were asking about the doctor usage once we patched and we did the doctor update. So you can see, and this is how many people, like the percentage of people using the doctor as opposed to all the other killers. So you can see there's a serious uptick, a very significant one. If you go to the next slide, it's the exact same thing, but with all the other killers. So you can see that overall, it's not one killer that dropped except for the Huntress, because obviously the Huntress was sort of coming down from her high as the brand new thing.
Yeah.
And so it sort of simmered down a little bit, but there's a big uptick on the doctor.
So people are posting posts about I only see nurse all the time. Yeah, it's
Well,
just
this is all ranks.
All ranks,
So, if we do it per specific rank, the
what I was
distribution is a
gonna
little
say
different.
is
But
you were maybe like unlucky on that one. I don't know, because most people don't like facing her.
yeah, for sure.
I would trade place with you any day.
We all have our favorites and our worst
Yes.
meetings. The next one is essentially the efficiency of the doctor and how it went. So this is the average amount of sacrifices per match. It went up, I mean, it's slight. So it went up from 1.7 to like 1.9. So it's not a critical change, but it's closer to the 2 sacrifices per match, which is our sort of ultimate average. Doctor is OP.
No, it's just about okay. So most killers that people call OP is because players won't change the way they're playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Doctor forces you to change the way you're playing and
Which is
use
the whole point.
lockers. And yeah,
And the other thing also is that, I mean, you're not supposed, as a survivor, you're not supposed to survive every game. It's not gonna happen.
Nope.
You have to come to terms with the fact that sometimes you get killed.
and if you make very bad decision, it's
You're
not
gonna
the
pay for
killer's
it.
fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is not the killer's fault.
Yeah. So, was there another thing on this one? Yes. Oh, okay. So the top killer perks, that's for all ranks right now. That's the last 7 days. So there. And I don't think I need to go into many more details on that. And then the top survivor perks.
That is for PC all ranks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw Unrelenting. Sorry.
It's not a bad perk. You don't like it. It's
No.
fine. You can not like
I
it.
don't like
You're
it.
absolutely fine.
I don't like borrowed time either. Everybody
well.
knows that.
But it's still a very useful perk.
Okay.
You're gonna leave it at that?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
be-
move on.
I'm gonna be very polite here.
That's absolutely fine. Okay, next on the menu we have soft bands. Let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about that.
Basically, what I want to announce today is that next week
Seriously.
I turned it off. I don't understand. Is that next week we're going to announce to everybody what the softband rules are, so everyone will be aware of it. It's going to be everywhere. We're going to post it on the website. We're going to post it on Reddit, on Steam, a link on Twitter, on Facebook, in game, everywhere.
Yeah.
So everybody is going to be aware, and aware of what we're betting for.
So someone is asking, how does a player know they have a soft ban? Will you email them?
No.
You will have a pop-up in game that tells you can't play the game right now because you've been a bad boy.
You're gonna have the reason, and you're gonna have the timeline that you're gonna
But
be banned
all
for.
of this will be detailed when we actually publish all the rules and how it's going to work, and explain to people how they should be experiencing that. But
So yeah, there's 4 categories, and in the categories there's a couple of different reasons. And of course, because people are gonna panic and be like, "Oh, I did that once."
yeah.
No, it's
then-
about repeating. It's about proof. It's about also
It's
judging on the situation.
Yeah, and it's about judging behavior and intent much more than the actual action. If you end up on top of an impossible place to reach, and one of those exploits that once in a while pop up, and you discovered it, don't worry, you're not going to get banned. If you purposely go back there and stay there while the killer is trying to get you and essentially take the game hostage, yeah,
Or
you
of course,
could expect to be
if
banned.
you promote any exploits.
Yeah. The other thing also, which brings back the fact that broadcasters, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube, there's often a gray zone there, but we think they have a moral responsibility to promote good behavior so that the game and the community becomes better. If you're a public figure, I think that in any society you should have a responsibility to try to make life better for everyone.
All right, we know about the hair glitch. We know
My
about
hair?
it. No,
Because
in-game
I
hair
need to get my
glitch.
haircut. Yeah, we know about
We
that.
know about it, but it's obviously we have a lot of big issues that are going over that.
Yeah, the other thing also, someone was asking, if you're already banned, how's that going to work? If you're banned right now, you are perma-banned, because that's the only kind of ban we have, and perma-ban are not becoming soft bans.
No, and we are not either doing backseas. So if someone did something bad last week in terms of soft bans, we're not going back. But the wave of unban that we did for the Crotus Asylum exploit was because, look, soft bans are coming really soon. It was going to be a bit harsh to have a perma ban for that.
Could you put new clothes on Laurie Strode? No. I mean, technically we potentially could by going back and re-entering into a different agreement with the licensors. It would be extremely costly in time and energy, and we're probably not going to do that. We'd rather do other outfits for other people, which would be more a better use of our time. It's unfortunate for the people who play Laurie all the time and would love to have different clothes, but such is the pain of Laurie. Will soft ban be displayed on the Steam profile as a game ban? I don't believe so, but
No.
that's going to be all
But
in the
if
details.
you get to the end of the series of soft ban that we are, you're being a bad boy, you're being a bad boy again and again and again. At the end of the day, we're gonna game ban you, and yes, you're gonna have a VAC ban on your system.
Is David likely to get new clothes? Yes, absolutely. Same with Feng and any other of our own survivors and killers. There you go. What else do we have in here? Okay. We want to talk about the community events that are coming.
Yes, this is actually
This is
the
the fun bit.
part.
Okay, so September.
So
what are we doing in September?
Well, I'm not gonna say exactly what, but I'm gonna say we're gonna have a September community event. It is planned. I'm not telling you the date yet. I'm telling you the date next week.
There's going to be a challenge.
There's gonna be as usual, challenge, reward, points, the whole thing. We're making this a monthly thing, so expect more activities.
Is it going to be fun?
Of course it's going to be fun.
Okay, good.
Then,
an improved counter. You put that there. Okay.
Wait. Yes. Oh, and then improved counters. So we had a counter for the last community event.
Yeah.
For Blood Point. That was a challenge. This time we're gonna have what the challenge is, what the goal is, the number of point there, and also a timer. Like, hey.
This is how many
this
minutes
is how
are
many.
left.
Yes,
whatever.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
So that's one cool thing. Then we have Alienware contest.
Yeah, so I was just looking at the official Alienware entry right now. I can't see anywhere that they announced the winners, but we've sent them the winners. So I'm not allowed to say anything until they announce it.
We don't have the right to announce the winners.
No,
because
that's
it's
totally their
thing. So we're waiting on.
But the winners have been selected.
Yes, absolutely.
You may already have one.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and the cosplay contest is opening tomorrow. So tomorrow the entries are starting to go in. No, it's the voting. It's the voting that's starting tomorrow. No, it's just because I'm looking at the website and I can't see the entries because it says the voting period is not opened yet.
And also some people.
That's tomorrow.
Some people had some problems uploading their images.
Yeah.
So of course we contacted them and we're gonna see if it's fixed now.
Yeah, but this is in Alienware's hands.
Yes.
We can't really do. It's their websites. It's their system. But I've seen some entries already, and it's really, really cool. I put a few from the web section.
And then the other thing is monthly newsletter for events. So not our events, but the community events. So tournaments, stuff that's happening around. I know we have leagues, we have a lot of stuff going on, but there is not a specific place where we can announce it.
Yeah.
So what I want to do with the community is to have a monthly letter of, okay, so first weekend of September, there's this event. So dates, where to find the event, and how to enter, even if we're fast enough on that. So it's going to be kind of a calendar of events that's happening in the community. So people who are doing events, contact me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's basically it for community events for now. Oh, and yes, we are planning something for October also.
October.
A community
exciting
event.
in October?
I can't talk about it yet.
Okay.
But there's
can we
something
have
planned.
Eli or Joel from Last of Us? I love that. They are amazing survivors themselves. However, they are not ours to play with.
Yes.
And I mean, if someone from Naughty Dog is watching right now, give me a call. We'll talk about that. We have a few questions here. Let's go into there. I'll ask you the questions this time to change things because you went to get the answers. So.
Okay.
Offering for a second basement when?
Okay, so Design answered me, this is such a cool idea, but it's not in the works right now because there's maps that don't have a second basement.
They wouldn't support it.
And wouldn't support it, so it would be frustrating as a killer to put that offering down and not have a second basement. So that's the idea. The idea is cool, but we don't have the means, and we're not having that on the list of things to do.
Yeah. The phantasms and the Doctor illusions to be changed to always have the same clothes as the killer they're created from. That's really...
that would be great, but we have a technical constraint right now. Talk with the programmer, and we cannot do it at the moment. You can read that one too.
Yeah, the lobby dodging is a huge problem, mostly due to survive with friends. What are your plans to balance survive with friends?
So right now, the design team is actually working on the ideas. So it's the idea state of that issue. So there's not been testing. There's not been a stop and say, okay, this is what we're gonna test. We're still talking about ideas and what we could do and what we want to offer.
All right.
Yes.
What are the plans for the survivor objectives? Any new ones coming?
So it's in the roadmap. but we don't know which cube we want to put it in yet. Now, I'm going to be really frank with you guys. It is in the roadmap. We don't know where we want to put it. So, of course, on my side, I'm like, that would be great to be...
It would be great.
But everything would be great to be Snoodner, so...
Have you considered removing the chase mechanic off of Save the Best for Last now that it's only 30% and doesn't stack?
I didn't get an answer for that one.
All right.
So I'm going to be...
Move on. Can you make Beast of Prey activatable with a button like Dead Hard so that we have more control on the perk?
So I talked about that on stream.
On your stream?
I'm sorry, design team. But it's actually, Orvat was like, great idea. It would be really awesome. And now what he's going to do is going to check if it's actually possible technically to do it. But he likes the idea a lot.
Yeah, anytime we put an activation button, we have to talk about all the possible like key bindings that are already done, and also it's about the priorities whenever you're trying to do something but you're in a situation where a button prompts has appeared, so it's usually a little touchy.
I think it would be a big buff to that.
Oh yes, it would be for sure. Whenever you give someone power to actually activate it whenever they want instead of in a specific situation, it's big. You told us the swamp will be removed for some time. When? It was not supposed to be removed. It was supposed to be reworked and reduced. And
which has been done. So, but if I remember correctly, it was Matt Walker that came on stream, and I think he made a joke about it, and someone clipped
we'll just take it off. Yeah.
But it's a joke. We never intended to remove that map.
Which killer gets a rework next?
Right.
There we go.
The
Mr. Big Bong. Okay, the wait time in Survive with Friends is incredibly long, even in solo. Sometimes are you planning to do something with them? Absolutely, as we kept mentioning today through the issues either on console or PC.
We have someone actually full-time on that kind of issue on matchmaking, but...
There's a note.
There's a note. Nat types. So we need to... there's a lot of issues that are created by NAT types, and when it comes to matchmaking, I know we posted something about it a month or so ago.
On the official website.
But we are going to post again about it. You need to open your NAT type, or it's going to create a lot of issues in matchmaking.
Yeah, we had the same problem here when I was trying to actually play from a retail PS4 with just a copy of the game normal, because our firewalls are, I mean, we're trying to keep the whole place very secure here, so I couldn't play Dead by Daylight properly, but the problem was it's not even a full-on stop.
No, it's idle.
Once in a while you get someone joining, or once in a while it connects, but it's really unreliable, so it just feels like the game is shit, which is not the case. So you might be able to actually fix a lot of your connection problems. Not all of them are due to that, but this is a big one. By checking your NAT type. Just NAT type.
Yeah, I'm just typing it, NAT type.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's part of your settings, usually in your router or something like that, or you contact your system administrator, which is the official response, but it's actually not a thing because nobody has a systems administrator at home. If you do, then
I'm just gonna answer a question that's been spammed over and over again. PS4 for EU, same dates as NA. Please stop spamming. Thank you.
Can we get X totems that will heavily buff killers or debuff survivors when they get destroyed, so survivors will be a bit more careful when destroying hex totems, since it could be a trap?
Okay, so Mishi, because that's you, Notorious Hagmain actually sent me a ton of ideas which are making their way to design. iCube is way down the line after rate, we know that. But that kind of change will probably come with the Hag Cube. And his idea was a little bit of a mix of the Fool's Greed and something different, which was really cool. So the idea was to have a totem that would remove a perk from survivors, but instead of removing one random one, it would take the most use in the team and remove that one.
Okay, so if everybody has self-care, then that's the one.
So that's why I don't run self-care anymore.
There you go. How big is the new Mother's Dwelling map compared to other maps, for example, to Ironworks of Misery?
I have numbers. So
14%.
The new Mother's Dwelling is 14% larger than Ironworks of Misery. It's also the same size as Rotten Fields, Shelter Woods, Fracture Cowshed, and Addon Field. So
There we go.
informations.
Information. Oh, the swamp is going bye-bye is the actual quote from Matt Walker.
Thank you guys.
It was misinterpreted. I don't think it was misinterpreted. That's a very clear quote. It was just out of context.
Out of context.
yeah.
That's what happened.
Killers are compensated if survivors DC and vice versa. Can we expect to see anything for the other survivors left in the game that are at a disadvantage because of teammate left? Yeah.
Wait, what?
So the problem is that if people disconnect during the game, the survivors that are left will be at a disadvantage. So when the game starts, if people disconnect or don't manage to join the game before it starts, then the generator number goes down, obviously, if you start a game with only 3 people. But if the game has started and people disconnect, then that's not going to be... so there's a little timing issue that can happen just then. Also, if you're in the middle of a game and someone disconnects, either voluntarily or not, then the idea is that there's one fewer survivor. It's the same as if they got killed. It sucks, and they left you in crap, essentially. Can you tell us any spicy details about what Halloween has in store for us?
And the answer is no. It's sad, but it's true.
Well, it's a little amusing.
So this is just the console questions and everything. So you can take maybe
Can I talk about
questions.
well, we answered a few. Oh, I got my blood point refunded and spent 6 hours to use half those points. Do you plan on making leveling speeding points faster?
That would be in quality of life update, which I don't know where is the next one after the sub bans.
Alright.
So I don't know yet where it is on the roadmap, but I can check for you guys and try to have an answer.
That would be nice.
Legacy, no.
I would like to show stuff from the interwebs now.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, Legacy is not going to console, and
No.
it's not coming back on PC.
There we go.
And as far as refunding it, that's
Bucket
going to
is
be
saying-
down the line.
Bucket saying, I have so many plans for the blood web, guys.
Listen to Bucket, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's her baby. Okay, the first, we have here a couple, there we go. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name, but I'm very happy that you put your name on your art. This is an amazing piece of Trapper being unimpressed by all the glory. The second one is from the same user. I really like this. It could be a cover for my next punk album if I had a band. And then we have this, which is amazing.
Aw, I like that one.
I love it. I like
They're all holding ends.
No.
They're not.
No, it's
only
just Jake and Dwight.
They're
And-
all
and
in
that is
bear
beautiful.
traps, though.
Yeah. Then we have Chrisley here.
Wow.
I love the fact that yes, I didn't have a chainsaw, so I'm using just a regular saw. It's like, okay, sure, fair enough. You got the spirit of the thing. I like the very creative way the face was done also. Very nice. Next one is Kawara, I believe.
Wow.
That's just brilliant. That's just awesome. Let's see, that's if I had like a new metal band or something, that might be the album cover. Then we have Markotek, who for some reason, this is one of the creepiest versions of the Trapper I've seen. It's just nightmare inducing. Then we have No Virtue.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Very, very nice. It's a beautiful style, very muted and subdued. I believe going to a convention soon saying, I will chase you down and hum at you if I see you in Dead by Daylight cosplay. The last one is Sean Chris Lewis. Probably not Sean there, but I quite like the extra effort to actually put the interface there. I think it's
Underwater map when?
So that was my little selection of delicious things from the web for this week.
All right.
I think that's it, really. Do we have anything else to put in there?
I
Talk
can,
about?
can check a little bit. Hide the totems better. We answered that I think last week, and our map designer was like, nope, because we're gonna recheck the totems when we do the hag cube, and it's not gonna be a map change that with the totems. That's not gonna happen. So that's the answer. I don't have dates for rework. All I can say is the next killer we are reworking. When do you guys check the emails about loss of progress? Guys, we don't do that. It's our customer support is doing that. And they're doing a really good job, and they're really they're being overwhelmed,
and they're doing everything they can, and we'll grow this team also. But right now, they're doing what they can. All right, well, I think we could probably keep taking on questions forever, but we'll wrap this up for today. Did you have a special thing you wanted to add?
Why can't banned people play the kill your friend mode? I can't understand not playing the rank mode anymore.
You know, if you want to do things that are reprehensible, you can do it and kill your friends. And I don't know, I haven't seen your rules, but I don't believe you could be banned for doing things and kill your friend, because you're essentially unless you're broadcasting it publicly, maybe. But usually it's if you're doing things to people that didn't ask for these things to be done to them. Mm-hmm. So, no, we're not going to let you play a little bit if you've been a shitty player.
No.
There you go.
The whole game is blocked.
And these things are usually small time, so 24 hours, and then come back and play.
And
play nice.
Riots, I can tell you for a fact that I will, because I was going before I got the job here, anyways. So.
Where?
TwitchCon.
Oh yeah, I'll be there too. So there. It should be fun. Hopefully we can hang out with a few nice people.
When will you go to work again? Well, we're at work.
Yeah, we'll go to work in about 2 minutes as soon as we wrap this up.
Thank you.
I think that's our cue then. Nothing else. We have a lot of work to do. So I'll just say right now,
just to bring that
wrap
back,
up. Yeah.
Wrap up. The summary is going to be on Steam, on Reddit. I'm gonna announce it on Twitter and Facebook, a link to the summary also, so that everybody can have the information here that we told you guys today.
So where to report information? Steam forums and Reddit. That's where you can go and report the information. Where can you get your news? The website, the Steam forums, and Reddit is where you can find most of the news.
Give me a few days to update everything, please.
For PC and console. And for console specifically, right now we're also working with Microsoft and Sony to get the official forums opened up to us, so we have an account so we can actually create posts and manage those forums. It's not there yet, so in the meantime, it's the website, the Steam forums, and Reddit. Other than that, we've shown the roadmap, so go back to the beginning of this to know.
Customer support is overwhelmed. There's a lot of tickets. Please be patient.
There we go. And until then, keep playing the game and have a good time.
Next week, yep.
Yep, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again for showing up, and be
nice. You have a word of the day?
No, I don't have the words of wisdom or the word of the day. I was way too busy today doing other things, so I didn't get to it. I will say nothing.
All right.